not good. And I'm disgusted that you would laugh at that.
How is this guy bringing a new audience of young people to Fox News? Who is he? This is Greg Gutfeld, and he's the most watched man in all of late night TV. His show Gutfeld, note the exclamation point, regularly trounces Jimmy's Fallon and Kimmel in the ratings. He's even dethroned former time slot champion Late Night with Stephen Colbert. And while Fox News is typically associated with an older audience, Gutfeld has made a significant inroads with the 25 to 54 demo that has the most pull with TV advertisers. So where did he come from? Was he an up-and-coming comedian who became the voice of a generation a la Jon Stewart, or a sitcom writer who turned his comic chops into a quirky late-night staple like Conan O'Brien? Neither. It turns out Gutfeld came from the world of print. You see, kids, a long time ago people would read these glossy little books called magazines, and at the turn of the millennium, periodicals aimed at men were big business. Called lad mags in the UK, publications like Maxim and FHM tapped into the vulgar wave zeitgeist that gave us The Man Show, WWE Divas, and Spike TV. Chock full of offensive humor, scantily clad women, and more misogyny than your average incel forum, lad mags were the pinnacle of frat house bro culture, one that suited the Animal House idolizing Gutfeld just fine. He began writing articles for Men's Health in the 90s and worked his way up to editor by 1999. Only to be fired after less than a year. He bounced around the lad mag circuit for a bit and more importantly began making appearances on Fox News, which was looking to break into the world of comedy. Conservatives and comedy go together about as well as peanuts and bubblegum.
I'm a white male, age 18 to 49. Everyone listens to me, no matter how dumb my suggestions are.
With heavy-handed smug bullying often serving as a substitute for actual humor. But Gutfeld's late-night show Red Eye managed to succeed where so many other attempts failed miserably. Featuring a regular panel and rotating guests ranging from Vice founder turned fascist Gavin McInnes to then up-and-coming comedians like Amy Schumer, Red Eye brought in solid ratings from the younger demo despite its truly horrific 3 a.m. time slot. The show had its share of controversies, like when Gutfeld had to apologize to the entire nation of Canada for mocking its armed forces and advocating its forcible annexation by the United States. But he still secured spots on not one but two series at Fox, the daytime panel show The Five in 2011 and an eponymous primetime series in 2015. The Greg Gutfeld Show, which later evolved into Gutfeld, has cemented the titular host as a genuine draw for Fox. That might be why it has stuck with Gutfeld despite the many times he stuck his foot in his mouth. Like when he said the killing of Jordan Neely on the New York City subway system was, quote, because of George Floyd, who was murdered by police in 2020.
If anybody says this is like George Floyd, no, it's because of George Floyd.
Or when he implied that the media was overplaying the Russian invasion of Ukraine to elicit an emotional response in the name of profit, even though his own mother-in-law was forced to flee Ukraine for her safety. Most recently, Gutfeld was rightly raked over the coals for his wildly offensive remarks about the Holocaust. In a discussion about Florida's new education curriculum, which reportedly teaches students that some black people benefited from being enslaved, Gutfeld claimed that Jews were able to survive the genocide by, quote, being useful.
You had to be useful. Utility kept you alive.
These statements were justly excoriated by everyone from the Auschwitz Museum to the White House. But so far, Fox has remained silent. The sentiment is sadly unsurprising for a network known for spreading right-wing disinformation. In a post-Tucker Carlson world, Fox isn't going to risk going after one of its few remaining stars, even if he did spend numerous segments dedicated to attacking Bud Light, while claiming his side isn't the triggered one. At the end of the day, he's succeeding in Fox's most important mission. As its boomer base ages into irrelevance, Gutfeld is helping to poison the brains of a next-generation audience.